Welcome back. Some economists predict there will be a massive transition in the energy sector. One of them is the senior director of the BCG Center for Energy Impact, Jamie Webster, who said that there are currently uncertain conditions in both developing and established countries.
Pertamina and BCG held a focus group discussion with economists Forum 15 economic institution in Indonesia to see the extent of global energy development and its relevance to Indonesia. There were Jamie Webster as Senior Director of the BCG Center for Energy Impact. He went to say that the energy industry is now increasingly unpredictable, both for economically and well-developed countries, in terms of policy, economy, geopolitics, and technology. According to Jamie, with a high level of uncertainty, then the energy sector players must also be prepared for several things. First, players should prepare to face unpredictable changes. Second, be prepared that prices can go up and down unpredictably. Third, companies should be able to keep abreast of change constantly and commit to investing in a new technology. Last one, fourth, prepare that there will be a sizable energy transition. From all sources, IDX Channel.
Utility companies provide power, one of the most basic needs of households and industrial enterprises. However, if we talk about stock prices, utility companies' stock price in Indonesia tend to be volatile. Mostly it is caused by the rise and fall of oil prices. Indonesia has significant energy resources, starting with oil. It has 22 billion barrels of conventional oil and gas reserves of which about 4 billion are recoverable. Therefore, in this segment, I would like to present to you some data about which Indonesian utility companies that produce most of the energy production. This is Indonesia's top 5 utility company. The first one is Pertamina, and then after that we've got Chevron, with the production of, the oil reached 209,000 BOPD. And after that, we've got ExxonMobil Indonesia, Medco E&P Indonesia, and Petronas Karigali Indonesia. And as we can see through the data, most of them are oil companies, and Pertamina is company with most production among of the list to supply energy. Most of the company produce petroleum. We can even deny that petroleum is one of the most needed energy in the world. This makes the existence of oil companies very important. So we just saw Indonesia's top 5 utility companies. But how about world's top utility companies? We have gathered you some data based on their market capitalization, and let's check it through the next graphic. This is world's top 5 utility companies based on market capitalization. We've got Duke Energy, Enel from Italy, Dominion Energy, and Next Era Energy, and Iberdrola in Spain. And interestingly, a majority of them are based in either the United States or Europe. But unlike Indonesia, that is dominated by oil companies as utility companies, the world's top utility companies deliver power from not only fossil fuels, but also from a variety of clean and renewable sources. But still, oil is the largest source of energy in the world. Though most oil is used for transportation or home heating purposes, a small percentage is still used as a fuel for electricity generating plants. But what are the environmental impacts? Burning oil for electricity pollutes the air, water, and land. But some of the worst environmental woes associated with oil are linked to drilling, transporting, and refining. Carbon dioxide and methane, as well as other greenhouse gases, all can come out of the smokestack of an oil-burning power plant. And utility company is the world's leader in carbon emissions. And next graphic, we can see the biggest emitter of utility companies in the world. Saudi Aramco contributes 59.2 metric ton carbons, and Chevron after that, and the second position. And the third position, we've got Gazprom ExxonMobil the 4th position, and National Iranian Oil.co at the 5th position. This one is taken from the Climate Accountability Institute. Aramco is the world's biggest emitter of carbon dioxide and methane, with the Climate Accountability Institute reporting that the oil company tops the list of 20 global companies that have produced 35% of all energy-related carbon dioxide and methane emissions since 1965. But we cannot blame Saudi Arabia only. If we take a look on global carbon emissions data in 2018, Saudi Arabia contributes 2% of global carbon emission in 2018. The amount is lesser than other countries. And to get better comparison, let's check it through the next graphic. This is global carbon emissions in 2018. We can see who are the emitter. India contribute 7%, United States 16%, China 29%, and the rest of the world 36%, Indonesia 4%, Saudi Arabia 2%, Japan 4%, and Russia 5%. Interestingly, Indonesia contributes more carbon to the world compared to Saudi Arabia. And the research by the Global Carbon Project was launched at the UN Climate Summit in Katowice, Poland, where almost 200 nations are working to turn the vision of tackling climate change agreed in Paris. As we move into a new decade, many power and utility companies are not only boosting their own decarbonization commitments and efforts, but they are also taking role in the economy-wide clean energy transition. If we specifically talking about Indonesia, the state is actually targeting the 23% of electricity will be generated for renewable energy sources by 2025. So what are the types of renewable energy sources that has Indonesia prepared? We can check it through the next graphic. The first one is hydro energy, mini hydro, geothermal, and after that we've got solar and biomass. And the other renewable energy sources in Indonesia is biogas. Thankfully, Indonesia happens to be in renewable energy heaven, whether it's wind, solar, tidal, or geothermal, and Indonesia has abundant sources of renewable energy potential. Specifically, hydro accounts for 7.17% of the total electricity generation, with geothermal responsible for another 3.48%. Another thing is improving the customer experience is also a key priority. Doing clean energy while keeping costs low may seem like hard enough in energy business sector, but strategic planning, risk management, and ongoing digital transformation can help the industry maintain its balance and grow in the coming year. Providing immediate clean energy will not only ensure that their precious ecosystems are sustained for generations to come, but we might discover the hidden gems that will deliver a sustainable Indonesia. And we expect to see economy-wide clean energy transition intensifies and bring new opportunities for better Earth. Stay tuned on Market Headlines because we'll be right back after the break.